The whole humanity works like one mechanism, like one synchronistic mechanism. The same way that your body works all together, and if you just take out one organ, it will not be really useful outside of your body. The same way we as a humanity operate together. And if you take out anyone from this mechanism, it will not be complete anymore. When you realize this, you realize that you are irreplaceable. You are created here for a reason. And you find that reason by being yourself, by becoming yourself. Everyone, especially today, starts talking about how you can become anyone that you want, how you can just choose what your dream will be and pursue it and achieve it. And this can be true if you look at it from some perspective, but in its essence, it's not really true because you cannot choose yourself. You cannot choose just any goal, pursue it, and be successful in it. At least not in the sense that you can consciously select what you're pursuing through the logical mind and pursue it. So when people hear those things, when they hear just express yourself, just be yourself and follow what you want to do, they fail because they start to overthink it. They start to approach the whole situation in the way, okay, let me go and through my logical mind solve where I'm supposed to be, who I am, what I should be doing, and what dreams I should be pursuing. And it will never work because through this logical mind, you activate your overthinking. And it can go many different ways, including you attaching yourself to spiritual studies. Many people who start being interested in that and start being interested in manifestation, they go all serious in terms of let me study that and let me just pursue that, let me understand how it works, and then consciously generate this fear of doing something wrong. Then they start thinking, oh, is this the expression of my past? Is this what I should be doing? Why I should be much more spiritual than this? It should be working. Why I cannot manifest certain things? And that's why they turn the whole process of their change, which is the life itself, which is what life is given to us for, into a negative thing. And that's why they stop themselves. So your overthinking can never be to any benefit. And the less you can take things seriously, the less you can be afraid of doing something wrong and not reaching your goal and not reaching the perfect expression of yourself, the faster you will get there. Because when you drop the overthinking, if you drop all your thoughts and all your ideas about how the way should go, you start automatically going the right way because whatever you encounter, you just turn it to your advantage. You're not thinking, oh, let me understand why this is happening to me. You are simply using it for what it is. So you start to naturally participate in the life more and you arrive to the place where you should arrive faster. The second thing is, which is also like a sign of you not expressing your highest potential and you not being yourself, is the fact that you cannot arrive to the place where you want to be. So if you, for example, decide that you want to get that job, that you want to go to that university, but you fail all over and over again, this is the world telling you that you are doing something wrong. Because if you were supposed to be there, you would be there. Now, it doesn't mean that you should drop it altogether. Like if you are talking about certain career and it doesn't work, you should change your career. But it simply should be your sign that you are not paying attention to certain things that you should be paying attention to. You are somewhere stopping yourself. Somewhere you're holding on to certain ideas that you shouldn't be holding on to. And this is the life's way of showing you that you should reevaluate something, you should rethink something. Another very important thing that I feel people do not talk enough is what information you get through other people. So usually when they tell you to follow your dreams, to believe in yourself, you should be laser focused and you should just not pay attention to anyone. You should not pay attention to what people say, with what they tell you, to their suggestions. You should just listen to yourself. But other people are actually the best tool, the main one on your way to any spiritual goal that you can take. The more you listen to other people, the faster you will be able to understand yourself. Because the communication that goes through other people is never random. So, especially if it comes out of the blue, especially if it's not that you are coming up to a friend and you are asking for a logical advice. So, those things that are more coming just by themselves, naturally through other people, are the ones that you can use as signs. So If, for example, another person just randomly told you what you were thinking about yourself, if another person just randomly spit out certain advice, like, oh, maybe you should try going for walks more, maybe you should try having more friends, maybe you should try having more dedication in some sense that you're not paying attention to, I suggest that you listen to that, because even though many times I did not listen to those things, now when I come back, everything that I had to go through and every change in myself that I made in order to become better, I first receive through other people. Every time there was someone telling me something that I should listen, and many times it was coming from many, many people. This is also another confirmation of the sign. If you hear the same information coming from many people from different sources, this is definitely information that you should be using, that you should take as given at the face value and turn it into your benefit. So every time I look back, I understand that I was stubborn, right? Because when you are in this mood, like I should achieve things, I should be there, like I should dedicate myself, and someone is telling you something, you usually build up walls. You usually go into this position of, what does that person know? I should not be listening to them. Why are they giving me advice? So you end up blocking yourself from receiving that information. And many people do this. They're too stubborn to listen to others. They're too stubborn to admit that other people can actually direct them and guide them. But coming back to the main point, we are all as one mechanism. So this is also life's way of guiding you and showing you something that you are not paying attention to. The thing about spiritual growth, the thing about becoming yourself and fulfilling yourself is the process of you making the unconscious conscious, of you going into depth within yourself. That's why when you don't know about the next version of you yet, you perceive things only from your point of observation. In other terms, your logical thinking is bound by what you have in your conscious mind. So you cannot perceive something that you are not yet the vibration of. You cannot guess your way. And that's why when you approach those things in terms of what do I need to do in order to get there? Why am I not there yet? How do I make my dreams come true? And you're trying to solve it in the logical reasoning, you're bound to fail because you have those blind spots, something that is still in your unconscious mind. That's why it's super important to pay attention to the signs, to pay attention to the life itself. And whatever is coming your way, you have to use it because you have to go through the process. When you drop the overthinking, when you drop all your judgment about how fast you should go, how fast you should get there, and who you should be, you start going in a fast way. You start accelerating because you finally shift your focus from what is right and what is wrong to the life itself. This is when you use all your signs, you use all the things that are coming your way in order to become better. You simply use them, you transmute them, you integrate them, you change, and you accelerate and you move on and you become closer to your goal. Stop associating yourself with other people, with other teachings, whatever that is. Even if those are people with great name in your field, you should approach them and you should approach what they tell and their work through the perspective of, let me transmute that, let me listen to those people. You should not put their teachings, you should not put their words above yourself. You should not trying to mimic that, to integrate that in such a serious way in order, oh, I have to understand that and I have to do what that guy's telling me. Because even if those are people with big names, even if they are extremely talented, they have their path. They are their own piece of this mechanism, and you are your own piece of this mechanism. So whatever your goals are, whatever you try to achieve, like in whatever way you try to help society, you will always bring something from yourself. But if you listen to those teachings to such an extreme that you start taking them seriously, you start taking them as a certain dogma that you have to follow in your life, you do not let your own thing come out because you start chasing their teachings, you start chasing their words instead of uncovering your own. This disconnects you from the source because this disconnects you from your intuition. It puts more weight in the logical thinking. It puts more weight into how do I get there in order to be perfectly in tune with what those people are telling me. And that's why you can't take it out of yourself. because you do not listen to yourself anymore. You listen to others. You do not understand that it is their own reality with their own rules, let's say, with their own interpretations. And even though their reality helped many other people in life, you have your own reality that can also help other people in life. And you should put your focus into uncovering that and use those teachings, use other people's reality only as your means to get to yourself. Those people are helping you in order so you can help other people. It is not some dogma, some unbeatable truth that exists and that you now have to follow. The deeper you can go into yourself, the deeper you can connect with other people through yourself, the more inner work you will be able to do. Our inner work process is basically us going into the depths in ourselves, and on each level of depths solving certain things, because on each level of depths you start seeing certain things that you were blind to before. If you know yourself only on a superficial level, you cannot possibly get to the conditioning, get to your ego, get to something that is not serving you, that is on a deeper level that you are on. So you stay stuck there. And it doesn't matter how many books you read, it doesn't matter what things you try to implement in your life from other teachings. You will never be able to do so because you are not conscious enough in order to resolve those things. So each time that you go deeper into yourself, and the depths into yourself is always accompanied by you giving more love to other people, by you understanding other people better. That's why other people are a tool into your spiritual awakening. The more you can do that, the more you can solve for yourself, and the faster you can go. So you can basically see the whole process of becoming yourself as the process of going into depths within yourself. If you can get to the point of consciousness where you have unconditional love for yourself and for others, that means you do not judge anyone, that means you do not chase anyone, you do not avoid anyone, that means you do not admire anyone in an unhealthy way. It means you simply connect with everyone, and that means that you're present with everyone. If you can get to that point, this is also the point where you become yourself. Because when you can stay in the state of being, of love, when you can connect with other people, you can see them for who they are and not judge them, and also take out the best from them. This is also the point where you unconditionally love yourself. And this is also the point where you become yourself in this mechanism of humanity.